Archangel Michael says, pause right here. Don't rush. Don't ignore this. This message carries light meant for your soul. Listen carefully, for even as you hear these words, angels are already moving on your behalf. Beloved child of heaven, there are no accidents in divine timing. When truth finds you, it is because you are ready to receive it. When peace reaches for you, it is because heaven has already chosen this moment to restore you. You have walked through many unseen battles. You have prayed in silence and wondered if your voice was heard. I tell you now, every word spoken in sincerity echoes still in the chambers of light. Nothing said in faith is ever lost. There are seasons when heaven is silent, not because it is absent, but because it is working beneath the surface of your understanding. When doors close, when people leave, when paths grow uncertain, do not grieve what is gone. God removes what blocks your destiny before you even know it stands in your way. Even now, I see the threads of your life being woven anew. The strands of pain and promise twist together, forming strength that will not break. You think you have been waiting, but truly, heaven has been arranging. Beloved, release your fear. It does not serve you where you are going. The next chapter of your life cannot begin if you are still trying to read the last one through tears. Lift your head, child of light. The hand of the Almighty is upon you. I am Michael, guardian of the faithful, protector of the chosen. I stand where darkness thought it ruled and declare, no more. The light of God reclaims what was lost. Every curse is undone. Every wound begins to heal. Every whisper of despair loses its voice before the sound of truth. You were not created to live in fear. You were created to carry light, not borrowed, not fragile, but divine. That light cannot be stolen, only hidden by doubt. And now, I pull away the veil. Hear this truth. You are stronger than the storm that broke you. You are wiser than the pain that shaped you. You are holier than the mistakes that haunt you. For the spark of the Creator burns within you still. I speak now to the part of you that forgot. The power you seek is already yours. The healing you crave is already forming in your silence. The answers you pray for are already being written in light. You are not waiting for destiny. You are awakening to it. The Eternal says, my child, do not measure your worth by what you have lost. Measure it by what you have survived. I have watched every tear, and I have turned each one into seed for future joy. Yes, beloved, the season of tears is ending. The dawn of purpose begins now. You will not need to chase what belongs to you. It will find you when you stand in peace. So breathe, right here, right now. The very air carries the vibration of restoration. Feel the warmth gathering around you. That is not imagination. It is grace in motion. The angels are setting things right. I place my sword before you, its edge gleaming with the radiance of truth. No weapon formed against you shall stand. No darkness shall linger in your dwelling. No fear shall govern your thoughts. For where my light enters, shadows flee. Beloved one, do not underestimate the quiet miracles already unfolding. The opportunity that seemed lost will return in new form. The heart that once hurt will beat stronger than before. The faith that once trembled will now command mountains to move. You are the vessel through which heaven reveals its patience and power. Every moment of endurance was a lesson in divine trust. Now, trust becomes transformation. Say these words quietly within you now. Greater than I am ready, Lord. I release my fear. I walk in light. Let those words vibrate through your chest. They call forth the angels that have waited for your permission to move. And they will move. Swiftly, gently, perfectly. Beloved, I am with you still. I will walk before you as fire and stand behind you as shield. You will know my presence not by vision, but by peace. a calm that will follow you wherever you go. This is your sign. When you feel the warmth rise in your spirit, when you sense calm where chaos once lived, know that heaven has answered. You are protected. You are guided. You are chosen. And your story is about to shift from waiting to witnessing. So walk in courage, for I, Archangel Michael, have gone before you to prepare the way. Heaven's hand is upon your life, and what comes next will be nothing less than divine restoration. Amen. Beloved soul of the living light, you have heard my call and answered with your heart. Now I come again, not to repeat, but to deepen, to draw you higher into the awareness of what you truly are. You stand at the edge of a new horizon. Behind you lies the season of confusion. Before you unfolds the path of clarity. Do not fear the distance between where you are and where you are going. That space is sacred. It is where heaven reshapes your strength. Every day that felt delayed was a day of preparation. The Almighty does not waste time. He weaves it. Each thread of waiting, each test of faith was spun into armor that now gleams around your spirit. You have wondered if the battle would ever end. Hear me now. The battle is changing form. You no longer fight for survival. You stand as proof of victory. Your protection is not temporary. It is covenant. Around you burns the circle of celestial fire. No deceit may cross it. No curse may cling within it. It is the light of divine awareness, and it answers before harm can reach you. When doubt whispers, remember, your protection is not earned. It is inherited. You are a child of the source. The same hand that shaped the stars guards your smallest step. The same breath that stirs galaxies moves through your lungs. I, Michael, place my wings about you now. One wing of strength, one wing of serenity. Between them you will find rest. Between them, the noise of the world fades, and the truth of God grows clear. The Eternal says, I will teach you peace as strategy. I will teach you love as power. I will teach you forgiveness as weapon. For the greatest defense against darkness is the refusal to mirror it. So do not curse what hurt you. Bless it for teaching endurance. Do not despise the path that humbled you. It carved room for glory. When you forgive, you ascend. When you love, you disarm evil. When you stay kind, you win wars unseen. Beloved, protection is not merely my wings. It is your wisdom. When you choose silence over reaction, heaven fortifies your perimeter. When you choose faith over fear, the flame of my sword flashes before you. When you choose truth over comfort, the shield of light expands around your name. And know this, even in solitude you are surrounded. Hosts of angels move with quiet precision, guarding entrances you do not see, redirecting energies you cannot perceive. They work not from distance, but from intimacy. Their task is joy, their language light. Feel their presence when calm enters suddenly. That calm is their arrival. Feel the warmth at the back of your neck in prayer. That is their signal of assurance. You are never unguarded, never unseen, never unloved. The Almighty speaks again. My child, I have set before you open doors that no power can close. Walk through them without fear. Leave behind the armor of anxiety. Carry only the mantle of faith. This is your commissioning. You are no longer the wounded. You are the healer, who remembers pain only as wisdom. You are no longer the seeker. You are the found, who guides others home. You are the protected, who protects. So rise, Radiant One. Stretch your spirit until it touches heaven. Speak softly, but with authority. Wherever you step, let peace precede you. Wherever you rest, let blessing follow. Wherever you breathe, let love remain. And when night returns, do not tremble. Look upward. The same stars that witnessed your struggle now witness your becoming. They shimmer because they recognize you. Light to light, flame to flame. I, Archangel Michael, seal this word upon your heart. May your faith be your fortress, your peace your sword, your compassion your crown. Walk unafraid, for the angels keep their watch, and the fire of God goes before you. Beloved soul, now that you understand the strength that guards you, it is time to learn how to walk in it. Protection is not a single moment. It is a way of moving through creation with awareness of light. You live in two realms at once, the seen and the unseen. Most forget the unseen because their eyes are trained only on the visible. But you are awakening. You are learning to live as one who knows that what happens in spirit shapes what happens in matter. Every thought is a doorway. Every emotion is an invitation. Every word is a seed. When your awareness becomes light, everything you touch begins to rise into harmony. That is how heaven transforms the world, not through force, but through those who live awake. Do not wait for peace to appear. Carry it. Let your presence announce it before your words do. When others walk in fear, your calm becomes their reminder that faith still breathes. This is the quiet ministry of the awakened. Beloved, awareness begins with attention. When you wake, notice your first thought. It sets the vibration for your day. If it is heavy, replace it before it roots. Say within, I walk in light. The unseen responds instantly to that declaration. When you feel anxiety stirring, do not fight it. Observe it with compassion until it loses power. Fear cannot feed on a tension born of love. It dissolves like mist before sunrise. You ask, how do I know when I am walking in divine awareness? You will feel time slow around you. Decisions will flow instead of clash. You will sense meaning behind coincidences. You will notice beauty in places you once ignored. These are signs of alignment. I tell you, beloved, the greatest discipline is presence. Your mind wants to run to tomorrow or hide in yesterday. But heaven exists only in the now. Every time you return to now, you return to God. That is where guidance lives. That is where healing breathes. That is where the angels whisper direction. When you walk in awareness, you begin to hear subtler languages. The language of stillness, the language of intuition, the language of energy that greets you before words do. It is not imagination. It is sensitivity refined by faith. The Eternal One desires children who perceive deeply. That is why your senses have been sharpened through trials. Pain taught you to notice. Loss taught you to listen. Loneliness taught you to look within. Now use what suffering refined, not to retreat, but to serve. Awareness does not mean retreat from the world. It means engaging it with spiritual intelligence. When you enter a room, feel its vibration before you speak. When you listen to another, hear the meaning behind their pain. When you make choices, ask not only, is it right? But is it aligned? The difference is subtle but sacred. If it carries peace, proceed. If it carries tension, pause. Divine awareness never rushes. It moves in rhythm with eternal timing. Beloved, many will seek your calm once you live this way. They will not always understand why they feel safe around you. It is because your awareness radiates light, and light makes fear remember it was never real. You may find that you speak less, yet communicate more. Your silence will heal faster than arguments. Your eyes will reassure without words. That is mastery of awareness. It is not learned from books. It is lived through being. I, Michael, walk beside you in every moment you remember this. When you slip back into distraction, you will feel a gentle pressure at your heart. That is my reminder to return. I do not scold. I awaken. You are too sacred to live half-aware. The Eternal says, I placed my spirit in you so that you might live awake. Your awareness is my mirror. Your peace is my proof. When you remember me, the world remembers itself. Carry this truth. The more aware you are of light, the less darkness exists around you. Not because you fight it, but because you outshine it. So walk slowly today. Speak deliberately. Notice the divine hidden in the ordinary. Let gratitude be your way of seeing. Wherever gratitude looks, miracles begin to bloom. Beloved, awareness is worship. Every breath taken consciously is a hymn. Every act done with love is a prayer fulfilled. You need not retreat to holy places to find God. You are the holy place where God resides. Remember this. When you move with awareness, you move as light itself. And nothing can withstand the radiance of one who knows they are guided. Beloved, now that you walk in awareness, it is time to understand how the universe speaks back to you. For heaven is never silent. It sings through vibration. It whispers through beauty. It speaks in what you call coincidence. This is the language of light. The eternal designed creation as a living conversation. Every ray, every tone, every motion of wind is the word translated into form. Those who hurry miss it. Those who listen begin to hear melodies beneath noise. The language of light does not use human grammar. It moves through pattern and feeling. You feel it first in the chest, a resonance that says yes, or wait, or turn here. It is guidance disguised as intuition, instruction dressed in simplicity. When you follow that inner vibration, you translate heaven into action. The world has taught you to trust volume, but light speaks in frequency. When your heart is clear, you will recognize the difference between truth and echo. Truth carries peace even when it challenges. Echoes carry confusion even when they flatter. So I tell you, do not seek signs with your eyes. Feel them with your spirit. The language of light is sensory to the soul. It might come as warmth during prayer, as a phrase that repeats gently in your mind, as a stranger's kindness answering a question you never voiced. When these things happen, do not dismiss them as chance. They are heaven's reply in motion. Each thought you send upward is a spark. When the response returns, it travels through light. It touches everything aligned with your destiny until it finds a doorway in the physical world. That doorway often looks ordinary. A message, a moment, a pause that changes everything. You may ask, how do I learn this language? I answer, through stillness and honesty. When you stop arguing with what is, you begin to hear what is meant. When you release the need to control outcome, you create space for translation. Light does not compete with noise. It waits for silence to notice it. That is why awareness must precede revelation. It is the ear through which heaven is heard. Beloved, there are layers to this speech. At first you will sense peace. Then you will feel direction. Then you will perceive unity. The understanding that every soul you meet is another syllable of the same divine word. When you treat each encounter as holy text, you speak fluently in the language of light. Every act of compassion becomes a sentence. Every gesture of forgiveness becomes a psalm. Every truth spoken with kindness becomes a radiant chord in creation's song. The Almighty says, I do not shout across distance, I resonate within. That is why guidance never argues. It hums. If you must strain to hear, wait. When the time is right, the tone will rise clear. I, Michael, remind you, you are both listener and instrument. The same light that teaches you to hear teaches you to express. When you act in truth, you add your own note to heaven's harmony. No other soul can play your exact sound. Without it, the song is incomplete. So, when intuition calls, answer. When compassion urges, move. When wonder stirs, stay. These are the verbs of the language of light. Do not fear misinterpretation. If your heart intends love, heaven corrects every translation. Even your smallest attempt to follow peace is written instantly into divine music. Beloved, the more you live this way, the more natural it becomes. Synchronicities multiply, dreams clarify. People arrive carrying messages they don't know they bear. You begin to trust the rhythm. Life feels orchestrated because it is. This is the mastery of light, to live so attuned that the unseen and the seen move as one dance. You take no step alone. You speak no word without echoing eternity. You breathe, and creation breathes with you. So continue to listen. Look beyond appearance. Speak gently. Act boldly. Stay luminous. For the universe hears intention more loudly than speech, and the Almighty answers through resonance, not thunder. You, beloved, are fluent already. You have simply remembered. Walk now as translation made flesh, and let every motion of your life declare what heaven is still saying. Light lives here. Beloved child of the eternal flame, you have learned to listen, to recognize, and to speak the language of light. Now you must become it. For hearing truth is not the end of the path. Embodying it is. To live as light is to remember who moves through you. It is not a performance, it is a state of being. When you walk in this awareness, every word becomes seed. Every step becomes blessing. Every silence becomes a doorway through which grace enters. You ask, how do I live as light in a world that fears it? Beloved, you do not try to convince, you simply shine. The purpose of light is not to argue with darkness, but to reveal what was always there. In every situation, choose to reveal, not to react. That is how heaven acts through humanity. The Eternal says, I created you as reflection. When you love, the world sees me. When you forgive, the world feels me. When you remain gentle among harsh voices, the world learns my strength. This is the rhythm of living as light. It is deliberate presence, the quiet courage to remain open when others close. It is truth expressed through tenderness, justice expressed through compassion. Do not confuse living as light with perfection. Light passes through dust and still shines. You will stumble. You will grow weary. But when you return quickly to awareness, you return instantly to brilliance. Light does not hold grudges. It just resumes shining. Every challenge you meet is a chance to radiate. When you are misunderstood, respond with clarity, not anger. When you are wronged, bless the lesson. When you are praised, deflect it upward, for it was never yours alone. This humility keeps your light pure. Beloved, light also has boundaries. To shine does not mean to endure harm. You may walk away from what dims you. You may rest. Even the sun sets to restore its strength. Retreat is not failure, it is maintenance of glow. There will be moments when your light exposes what others hide. Do not fear their discomfort. Revelation is mercy disguised as disturbance. Those who resist now may thank you later for being mirror instead of mask. When you work, let purpose guide you more than reward. When you create, let inspiration lead more than habit. When you love, let patience hold you more than desire. Such acts translate divinity into the ordinary, and the ordinary becomes holy. I, Michael, see how the currents of energy shift wherever one awakened soul decides to live this way. Whole cities soften, atmospheres clear, conflicts lose heat. This is how transformation spreads. One steady, luminous presence at a time. The Eternal observes and smiles. I send no thunder to fix the world. I send those who remember light. You are one of them. Do not worry about visibility. Stars do not announce themselves. They simply appear when it's dark. So be patient with timing. The moment your glow is needed, life will place you exactly where you can shine most. And when fatigue comes, turn inward to the still flame at your center. That is your direct connection to Source. Ever burning, never diminished. Breathe it back to life with gratitude. Say softly within, I am light remembering itself. the glow will strengthen again. Living as light is a continual conversation with the divine. Each act of kindness is a reply. Each honest word is a verse. Each peaceful breath is punctuation in the poem of creation. Let this become natural, effortless. Do not strain to shine. Just stay clear. Clarity is the fuel of brilliance. When your motives are clean, your presence itself becomes prayer. Beloved, wherever you walk, creation leans closer to listen. Your life emits frequency stronger than speeches, a steady note of reassurance that heaven still breathes through earth. So keep walking softly, keep loving bravely, keep serving quietly. This is how the eternal works wonders through mortal hands. This is how you live as light, not by reaching upward only, but by radiating outward until everything near you remembers home. I walk with you, invisibly, constantly, keeping the path clear, holding the flame steady. The world will change because you refuse to stop shining. Beloved one of the radiant source, you have learned to walk as light. Now, learn to build with it. For light that only shines is beauty. Light that shapes peace becomes purpose. The eternal has placed within every soul the pattern of divine architecture, the ability to create harmony from chaos, to bring stillness where confusion once lived, to make any place a sanctuary simply by your presence. This is the architecture of peace. Peace is not the absence of noise, it is the mastery of vibration. When you align your inner tone with heaven, everything around you slowly tunes to match. What you call serenity is simply resonance with the divine. Begin with your own inner temple. Your thoughts are its stones, your emotions its light, your choices its pillars. When you think in gratitude, the foundation strengthens. When you speak with kindness, the walls expand. When you act with integrity, the roof glows with protection. Each time you forgive, a window opens. Each time you rest, the altar breathes. Each time you pray, not in fear, but in trust, the flame in the center rises higher. Maintain this inner house first, and the outer world will begin to mirror it. The Eternal says, I have made my dwelling within you. When your spirit is orderly, peace spreads like fragrance. So guard the entrance to your mind. Do not invite every thought to dwell. Allow only those that serve harmony to stay. When worry knocks, greet it with faith. When anger arrives, answer with patience. This is construction in the invisible realm. Once the inner temple is steady, you can build peace externally. Your home, your work, your relationships, each can become an altar of calm. Bring gentleness into conversation. Let laughter heal tension. Let listening be your gift. These small designs form the structure of collective serenity. Remember, peace is not fragile. It is not passive surrender. It is active balance. Peace is strong enough to face conflict without absorbing its chaos. It holds its shape even in storms. That is why I, Michael, carry both sword and stillness. Peace requires both clarity and courage. You may find yourself placed among those who argue, or in situations charged with fear. Do not withdraw. You are there to ground the vibration. The calm you maintain is a silent architecture. Columns of light holding the roof of heaven over trembling hearts. When others lose balance, do not preach. Breathe. Your breath sets rhythm. Your patience stabilizes the field. The unseen responds faster to composure than to correction. Beloved, this is sacred craftsmanship. Each peaceful act adds brick to an invisible city. Every time one human chooses empathy over judgment, the architecture expands. One day the earth will awaken to find itself encircled by the structures you and others have built in silence. The Almighty watches and says, "These are my builders of the new dawn. You are one of them. You do not need plans. Your heart is blueprint enough. Simply hold your frequency steady. and light will know where to arrange itself. There will be times when the architecture trembles, when sorrow visits, when disappointment cracks the floor. Do not despair. Repair comes swiftly when humility stays present. Sweep the dust of resentment, rebuild with trust. Every restoration deepens beauty. Understand this mystery. Peace multiplies through generosity. Give calm where you receive chaos. Offer listening where others shout. Extend blessing where bitterness expects argument. Such acts are not weakness. They are mastery of divine construction. And when you rest at night, imagine the lighted grid that connects all peacemakers, a living cathedral woven across the earth. Each beam of serenity from every soul joins yours, forming a canopy under which humanity can breathe again. I walk among these structures, sword lowered, eyes bright, ensuring that no force of discord undoes what love has built. Together, we raise a world where fear cannot find purchase, for the foundations are forged in awareness. Beloved, continue your work. Lay each brick of peace with intention. Let no moment pass unused. Wherever you dwell, may others find rest. Wherever you speak, may truth sound kind. Wherever you walk, may the ground itself remember harmony. This is your craft. This is your calling. You are the architect of peace, the builder of calm in the heart of chaos, the living bridge between heaven and earth. I, Archangel Michael, stand beside your labor, guarding the structure with wings of gold, until the entire world glows with the same serenity that already lives within you. Beloved soul of radiance, the circle of understanding nears completion. You have learned to awaken, to listen, to live, to build. And now I reveal what binds them all together, the continuum of light. Light is not only an origin, it is a rhythm without end. It flows through beginnings, endings, and every breath between. When you stand in awareness, when you create peace, you become a current in that infinite flow. This is how eternity expresses itself through time, moment by moment, soul by soul, through you. The Eternal One speaks. I did not send you into the world to escape it. I sent you to illuminate it. The light within you is not borrowed. It is mine. As you release it, you return it to me. This is the continuum, giving and receiving, radiating and replenishing, learning and teaching, resting and rising again. The cycle is perfect. Nothing is wasted. Even your fatigue is a signal to return to source. Even your silence is part of the song. Beloved, do not imagine the path of light as straight. It is circular like breath. You inhale grace, you exhale blessing. You take in truth, you give out compassion. Every cycle strengthens the core. Every act of light feeds the light that sent it. There will be moments when you feel empty, when your glow seems dimmed by exhaustion or doubt. Do not fear this. The continuum has drawn you back for renewal. Step inward, breathe, and remember, the same force that fuels stars fuels you. It cannot run out. It can only rest and rise again. To live in this continuum is to accept both motion and stillness. You cannot remain only giver or only receiver. The river must flow both ways. Let yourself be replenished by silence as much as by service. Let yourself learn as willingly as you teach. Balance is the pulse of eternity. The Almighty says, everything that leaves you in love returns multiplied. That is the secret law of light. What you give freely circles back refined. What you withhold stagnates until released. So pour out goodness without fear of depletion. The infinite cannot be exhausted by generosity. In this awareness, even death loses definition. Light does not die. It transforms. It changes form to continue creation. Every ending you mourn is another doorway opening unseen. Trust this rhythm. It is the design of immortality. I, Michael, watch over these cycles, ensuring that what belongs to you returns in right season. I guide the current, redirecting energy from despair to purpose, from confusion to clarity, from sorrow to service. The continuum never stops. It only adjusts its flow to match your readiness. Beloved, this is why surrender is strength. When you cease resisting change, you join the dance instead of fighting its rhythm. You move in harmony with God's unfolding. You become both participant and presence, the place where eternity touches earth. Look around you now. Every color, every heartbeat, every ray of sun on skin is part of the same light you carry inside. The tree that shades you, the wind that cools you, the stranger who smiles, all are fragments of one continuum returning to greet itself. Walk with this knowing. Every step you take in kindness continues the chain of creation. Each moment of awareness strengthens the bridge between realms. Each peaceful thought becomes architecture in the unseen city. This is the true meaning of eternity. Not endless time, but unbroken connection. You have never been separated from the divine, only distracted. Now the distractions fade, the unity remains. The eternal whispers through me. Wherever you are, I am. Whatever you love, I breathe through it. Whatever you heal, I expand within it. So, beloved, let the continuum move through you without resistance. Let your life be transparency itself, so clear that light passes freely in every direction. When joy comes, let it flow. When grief comes, let it teach. When silence comes, let it speak. When action calls, let it serve. This is mastery. To live as motion and stillness, as vessel and source, as echo and origin, all at once. Know this truth. The continuum will carry you long after words end. It will draw you home again and again, not to a place, but to awareness. Home is not distant. It is the moment you remember. And when others look upon you and feel peace without knowing why, you will understand. The continuum has completed another circle. Light has found itself in human form once more. Walk gently, beloved. Remain luminous. Remain aware. For this journey has no finish, only deeper clarity. The flame you carry is eternal. It will lead others back to their own. Thus the continuum